Right, hello, this is Brendan Brockway, and today I am, one second. Today I'm going to be presenting my Project 3, the input system that this is a few weeks late. This is the project that I had to sack because I could just not get it to work. But luckily I got this one working so far. So I'm going to present both the research and the creative in this because um, since I had to find a new project, I had to get a new tutorial, so I will cover both in this. So for my new tutorial, I chose something very similar because I was still wanting to get the gamepad to work. So I found something pretty similar. It's like a 2D platformer, fairly simple, but I wanted to put a lot of the work into the creative for this. And then here's a link to the tutorial, and on the right is an image from the tutorial. So let me demo it real quick. Okay, so yeah, currently it's working pretty well. The OBS does not really like it though, so it's kind of losing some frames, but yeah. It's got all the detections pretty simple, and I will show it later on, but currently it's using the keyboard, and I will show that I got the gamepad to work a little bit later. So it's just a pretty simple player with a player game object with rigid body, capsule collider, and player controller script using the new player input system. And I already talked about that a bit in my previous research, but I think I will show it again just so we can get a refresher. It's got the movement, which works for the gamepad, the keyboard with the WASDs. I'm currently not using a look or fire feature in this tutorial section, but I am using a jump. And there's only currently one control scheme, but I may add more later. Not sure yet if I will need them. And let's see here. Let me go over the script for a second. If my Visual Studio ever loads. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You just have the typical stuff for any 2D projects. You have the rigid bodies, you have this floats for speed and the jump force. This is something that I wasn't really sure of what I was doing, but once I did it following the tutorial, it made sense to me. So this layer mask is just something that I guess, as far as I can understand, kind of like not quite a reference, but like it's using the layers from Unity to decide to figure out whether or not it is touching the ground. And this transform is just an empty game object that I put onto the player at the feet, so you can tell. These are both being used for to check if it's grounded, so we can for the jump function. I don't have an animation yet, but I want to add one. And let's see here, what else? See, in the update, it just checks to see if it's grounded, and then it does the velocities of the rigid body as a move and a jump function currently. So that's all I have to show at the moment. Back to the slides. So yeah, I already covered the script, and this is the same image, so I don't really need to show that. And going forward, I would like to make this like a full level with some enemies, some objectives, possibly some power-ups if I can ever get those to work. I also would like to add my own art for like the sprites in the game, and I'd also like to make a tile set and possibly my own music. So yeah, I will also be continuing this video later on once I finish the creative portion. Right, hello, I'm back, and I just wanted to continue this video. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so this is my last slide. So for the creative portion, I implemented a tile map and a goal, and I was doing the art myself, but as you can see down here, this is what it looked like, and the resolution was terrible and I couldn't get it to not be terrible. So I think I was just gonna stick with the programmer art for now, and then probably do my own in a follow-up. For the tile map, I found an asset for it, and let's go down to the demo of where the current project is. Let's see if we can start. There we are. Oh, I guess not. Okay. So as you can see, same like little red capsule, but I have found a pretty good tile set on Unity Assets. So yeah, this level is pretty simple so far. So yeah, it's pretty much the same as before, just the tile set, and I changed the background a bit, but that's not too much to go on. I do think that the weight of the jump is nice, but I have noticed, let me go to a wall real quick. You can get stuck on the walls if you keep holding the left arrow on the keyboard. Oh, and that reminds me. Well, let me get to the finish and then I'll restart it real quick. I still need to show off the controller versus just the keyboard, because so far I've only used the keyboard. Okay, now this will take me a moment to switch over to the controller. Yeah, so with my first project, I just couldn't get the controller to work at all. For this one, it seemed, I don't know what happened, but it just worked. I don't know if it was the code. Okay, now I'm using controller. I don't know if there's a good way. Let me go to, probably going to kill my recording. Let me go to the input debugger to show. Okay. Okay. Down. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, the numbers on the right over in the value are changing, and it's just working in the game. So I'll run through it with the controller real quick, which I think it's actually definitely a little bit easier on controller, but it might just because I'm more used to controller than mouse and keyboard for platformer type games. Right, yeah, so it just restarts the level when you hit the goal. Let me get back to the slides. So yeah. See, like I said, I added a goal that restarts the level. Oh, and yes, I added a camera to the player so it follows you around. And I am aware that this is not a lot, but I've had a, let me go back. But I had a lot going on, and this is what I have for today. I do intend to do a lot more for my follow-up. So, thank you for your patience. And I do have to mention this real quick. So for my next follow-up, I do want to get some, like the stuff I mentioned back here. I want to get all this in the game, and potentially some multiple levels for some follow-up stuff. If anyone else has any suggestions on what I could add, let me know. And thank you.